Welcome, my darlings, to another dive into the uncharted waters of despair and lunacy. Tonight, I have for you a story that is not for the faint of heart. A story of envy, illusion, and the price we pay when desires outrun our souls. Dim your lights, sharpen your senses, and allow me, Violet Nocturne, to guide you into the Crimson Porridge. Meet Grace. Grace was neither particularly beautiful nor especially deplorable. She existed, as many do, in the land of forgettable mediocrity. Except Grace wanted more than just a place to stand. She wanted a throne. She was a culinary artist, or so she declared on the social platforms, often posting boomerangs of flambéed pastries or croissants with gold leaf embellishments. But her empire? It was paper thin. Her diner barely had 1 or 2 customers per day. Real greatness, like all elusive treasures, seemed forever to hover just outside Grace's reach. And then, Grace stumbled upon a strange detail in an online forum, a whisper amid a series of random threads, commenting not on cuisine, but on power. A user cryptically known as Pellucid Spoon commented, "For those truly brave and truly hungry for glory, seek the Crimson Porridge. Its recipe defies logic, its taste defies time, and its aftermath is transformational." Transformational indeed. The post was deleted moments later, but she quickly screenshotted it. Something deep in Grace, call it desperation, call it ambition, stirred and became a riptide. She had to know more. Grace spent days navigating obscure, unsavory corners of the internet. It was there she found an address through a labyrinthine chain of links. There was a basement bookstore in Chinatown. No, not your ordinary boutique with charming vibes of incense and typewriters, but a damp, lightless den of shadows. "I seek the Crimson Porridge," she said aloud to the proprietor, a man with unfathomably pale eyes. Without a word, he reached behind a curtain, retrieving something wrapped in brown parchment paper. When Grace unwrapped it at home, her breath hitched. There it was, a single, handwritten page titled "The Crimson Porridge Recipe." Beneath the title, inscribed with chilling specificity, were the words, "Take heed. This recipe demands sacrifice, and what it takes is not yours to bargain for." Did she heed? Of course not, darling. Those desperate for glory rarely do. Her unimaginative life was begging for a plot twist. The ingredients required weren't completely orthodox, but passable. Fresh oats, bizarre spices she'd never heard of but could order online. The most peculiar? Fresh blood. Animal preferred, but the recipe hinted, a cryptic wink, it could be something else. Oh, how bold she felt, pouring crimson essence into her steel pot that night. The kitchen smelled of both disgust and delight, of forbidden realms and roasted cinnamon. As the porridge thickened, Grace felt something strange, a tug she couldn't quite place, a gravity not of this world. She spooned it into a porcelain bowl. Its aroma was intoxicating, unnatural. She scooped it up, tasted. The first bite tasted like memories she hadn't lived, sun-filled orchards, laughter that wasn't hers. The second bite? Power, as if lightning coursed through her veins. Suddenly, pictures began to scatter through her mind like unwelcome houseguests. Faces she couldn't recognize. Plucked moments of agony, terrifying flashes of souls long buried yet somehow tethered to her spoon. She could hear whispers clawing at the edges of her consciousness. Was this fear? Or dominion? For weeks, she cooked and served the Crimson Porridge in her diner. Ordinary folks stepped in, drawn inexplicably by the aroma wafting through cracks in her shop door. They came ravenous, feasting, praising her culinary genius. Reviews sprung like tulips after rain. Grace was hailed as a local star. But success comes with shadows. And Grace began noticing them. New customers entered, but where were those devoted diners of weeks past? No returning faces filled her seats. Even restocking ingredients felt eerie. Whole shelves of unusual spices vanished entirely when she returned for more. Then one night, Grace discovered a curious sight. Her reflection, darling, no longer smiled back from polished mirrors. Her eyes seemed trapped, like two dim candles struggling in a dark cellar. Was she grinning too wide? Or was it just her paranoia speaking? The whispers from her mind? Oh no. No longer whispers, but voices now, demanding she cook more, feed more. Grace was unraveling, though she denied it still. How alluring is denial to us humans, to wear as armor. Every porridge now seemed heavier, darker, as if bits of her very essence infused each batch. She ate for herself one last time, compulsively, insecurely. The whisper turned into a scream. Names. Names. Faces, enraptured in ecstasy, yet frozen in frames of horror. She implored her reflection. What was happening? The mirror gave her nothing but pale skin, bruised by shadows. Grace, greedy, darling Grace, went to search her growing recipe files. When? Oh, when had this book become thick like an ancient tome? Its final page revealed this earth-shattering truth. Every spoonful, every flavor poured out onto guests' bowls was imbued with lives. Their lives. They weren't merely patrons. They were ingredients. She shrieked, and from the swirling shadows that now populated her kitchen corners, Pellucid Spoon's voice surfaced, laughing. It was not a random user from an online thread. He was conjured, darling, an omen, the true gatekeeper of the Crimson Porridge, the harbinger of shattered lives. He spoke. You wished for power. Power requires permanence, and permanence has always asked for payment. Are you full yet, Grace? The lights flickered once. Grace's diner went up for sale the next morning. So, tell me, dearest viewers, what would you sacrifice for ambition? What line would you cut too close? But remember, even as you ponder, the world will always whisper, hungry, for just one more bite. Bon appetit.